What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We got our party together, and last episode, Duncan gave us two tasks. We gotta recover some Grey Warden Treaties, and we gotta get 3 vials of Darkspawn Blood. We are venturing into the Korcari Wilds, the stuff of haunted legends, if the codexes are to be believed, so I guess venturing inside here in itself is a third task.
On it. Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Indeed. If the codexes are to be believed, the people of Ferelden kind of view the Korcari Wilds as the edge of the world. There's nothing beyond it. The wilds are it. I guess we'll see.
Dead yet?
I don't think so, Davith. There's gonna be a couple challenging fights in here. Beautiful thing about the sweep, by the way, is as you see, when you hit the sweep, it hits everything in a big arc. Really good AoE. This is such a single combat oriented game, where it's like single target. Having big AoE sweeps like that is very, very nice.
May our blade strike true!
See, you get damage on that too. Fortunately, Alistair doesn't have a taunt mechanic, so we kind of just gotta hope for the best and hope that his heavy armor mechanic is gonna get the job done for us.
As you wish.
Make sure we go ahead and loot everything up. You're gonna need those wolf pelts for a little quest later, so try to make sure I grab those. We're gonna be trying to do a big old loop around most of the Korcari Wilds, get everything done. We got a couple side quests in here. You know, one criticism I've heard levied at this game often is the fact that the color palette, it's not necessarily an art style critique, but the color palette is just brown and shades of brown. I kind of see what they're saying. However, don't you think that this just looks good? Don't you think it adds the personality and the character to the wilds? What is the alternative? You want like bright greens and purples and chrysanthemums? I don't think it would look as good. I'm a big fan of the art style in Origins. I think it has maintained its personality very well. Letter to Jogby. Go ahead and read that codex in the follow-up.
Over here. Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band
No, he can hear you,
attacked by
Alistair.
Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
Let's try to bandage him up at least.
I have bandages in my pack.
Doesn't seem like he has Blight Sickness.
I've got to get out of here.
Either way, we can't leave a man bleeding to death in the woods. Not our style.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the 4 of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back.
You're coming across a little like a coward, Jory. Sounds like you're faltering. Overcoming these dangers is part of our test.
That's true.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
For as much as he said that's reassuring, what Davith did there is actually really good for morale. You'll often find soldiers like that in modern military units. Nobody who makes a joke out of a shit situation is always good for morale. Got a flower over here.
That flower, white with a red center. The kennel master at Ostagar was asking about those.
Why did he want them? Do you know?
The kennel master said this flower can help dogs that get sick from biting Darkspawn. At any rate, he was offering a reward if someone went into the wilds and brought him one. Might want to think about it is all.
We will absolutely do that. We gotta help the good boys of Ferelden.
Cursed creatures.
First little Darkspawn ambush here. I'm gonna take a little backstep. Which did not work. Okay, Alistair pulled aggro, thankfully.
Here we go.
Keep an eye on everybody's health in the background. So far, so good. Whenever you see, assuming you're playing the rogue, whenever you see aggro hit to your tank, just move behind to a flank. Once we get the bonus range on that flank, it's gonna be real cool.
I can see why.
Hey, the rogue end game is like throwing these like Darkspawn into a fucking cheese grater. We'll be shredding everything eventually.
On it.
Swing around this way first. I think we already got 2 vials of blood, so that's good. Alrighty, so what I'm going to try and do here is show you guys what I believe is the most efficient way to get through the Korcari Wilds on Nightmare. Because I remember when I first played this game, I had a hard time getting through here on Nightmare. I took a lot of deaths. And so what we're going to do here is I'm going to try and show you guys the easy way to get through this on Nightmare. It's a little cheesy, but... So you're going to go ahead and make all your party hold position. No matter what you do now, they're going to stay put. See how we equipped our bow earlier? I'm sure you guys remember. We're just going to attack one of these genlocks from a distance. We're going to stay back here.
This should be easy enough.
And we're going to gently aggro one at a time.
Right.
Thin the herd a little.
Is that all you've got?
You can just rush in. Do whatever you like here. But there's a big ambush on this side and this side. It is important also that we go this direction, not that direction. Because there's a huge ambush on the high ground back there. You want to come from this side. It's way more effective, I find. Once we get this one archer dead, we'll go ahead and free up the party movement and go in. I just want to thin the herd a little before we go charging in.
This should be easy enough.
As soon as the party gets in range, they'll attack.
Do not falter!
And now we can go ahead and fight.
Time for some fun!
This should be easy enough. Right.
Say your prayers!
So weapon sweep, high damage. Love to see that. Jory died there. Jory's gonna die a lot in the tutorial. He's not very good. He swings his big sword and he doesn't have any defense at all, but that's okay. It is not the end of the world if one of your companions get knocked in this opening part of the game.
Say your prayers!
Something I would recommend paying attention to later in the game, but for now, I wouldn't worry about stuff like that.
Only one shall stand!
Especially not when it's Jory. I'm probably gonna see him go down a couple times here in the tutorial, especially since for my last I think my last 10 playthroughs of this game have not been a rogue. They've been a sword and board tank. So I am not used to having to watch my health as much as that. Used to going in there like a giant battering ram, hitting the taunt and having at him. But I thought the rogue would be fun. This thing is going to turn into a blade of death by the end of the Let's Play, so it'll all be worth it in the end, I think. Something to know, I guess, while we're here. He can be a teaching moment, his failure. When a party member gets knocked like you saw, they get this injury, which is going to be a nerf in some degree. The torn jugular is a penalty to Constitution. To remove this injury, use an injury kit or visit the party camp. We don't have access to a party camp yet, but we did buy some lesser injury kits. That'll clean that up. And now he doesn't have any kind of debuff at all. That's something to note. Again, I'm not too worried about that. We have Rigby's journal, some gold, and a mud idol. Now, the reason I brought you guys this way, not the other way, is one, we get our first Chasind trail sign, which is very good. And two, there's an ambush here. These assholes. But if you go this way, life is going to become a lot easier for us. You see how they kind of like came out of their positions because of our position? Or just walk out up here. Fight them head to head. Much easier than trying to deal with running down this corridor. That is where we would have come otherwise. How are you guys doing here? You should be good. Jory will certainly die if I don't make you take a healing potion, so I'll make him heal. I'll spare him the embarrassment of dying twice in 2 fights. I died. You see, that is why you micromanage your health better. It's way more important on a rogue. Poor play, apparition, poor play. Regardless, we won the fight. Although now I feel like I have to redeem myself in the next encounter. Be extra flawless and spicy. Make sure you take your injury kit if that happens. But yeah, so what the devs are hoping you will do here, the reason why they set that up, is if you go the way we initially went, those first Darkspawn that kind of lure you into that, you would come out here. Over here, and you would typically run up this narrow passage. All the archers are up on this high ground. There's 2 genlocks here for an ambush. But if you go around the back, it makes it much more manageable. Speaking of Chasind trail signs, those things are scattered all around the Korcari Wilds in different locations. The other one is right here. You do want to get them all. It's very worth it. You get a nice helmet out of it, so... we are going to go Chasind trail sign hunting. There it is. And then we're going to take the loop the devs intended us to take for their little trap. Now we took care of the ambush. We'll swing around and get the Chasind trail signs. Most of them are on the side they want you to take. But we had to go thwart their sneaky trap first. Amateur hour dying like that to the ambush I was explaining how to beat. Imagine. Okay, so there's another one by that tree. That's one of the other Chasind trail signs. See, this is where you would go normally. You'd come out right here. That's where they want you to go. We are gonna go this way. I think we found the rest of the scouting party.
Look there. Poor slobs.
Indeed.
That just seems so excessive.
It's so excessive.
Right.
The presence of a tank is sorely missed right now. We are gonna micromanage a little better. Very good. Say a little bit more micromanagement and we're good. Rogue does require much more hands-on gameplay than if you're just an unkillable wall of sword and shield. This will be fun. I feel like I'm gonna get challenged. Go ahead and tag in on this fight before we loot up. here is an important thing for another side quest that we already started. We gotta loop on back to where we broke the ambush earlier. Here's Missionary Rigby. We grabbed his journal earlier, and this is his last will and testament. We'll read that in the Codex episode. Large wooden shield. Unfortunately rather useless. I'm not seeing the trail sign.
This should be easy enough.
Typically it's in this bush. I think I know what the problem is. Let's see. Because there's also one down here. Let's grab that and then swing back. They might spawn numerically rather than just all at the same time. Right, what are we doing here? We'll go 18 cunning, 20... what do we want? Yeah, let's do 25 dex. The higher the dex, the better our defense goes, and the less likely we are to get hit by attacks, so that'll help us in the long run. Do we want improved lockpicking or flurry? Let's get our lockpicking, just because I'm not sure on the location of chests that require these kind of things. So I get that just to be safe, because ultimately we can auto-attack things into oblivion, but if we can't open a chest, we miss that XP forever, so... Traps also, actually, not just chests. Yeah, the Darkspawn ambush, though. Got the very fresh party of Wardens.
I think we work well together.
We do have a pack of wolves that we gotta take care of. We get a really good helmet out of this fight too, actually, so... Grab this trail sign. And I believe that one should have spawned the rest of them. Indeed. I'm about to get ambushed again. See the difference from the dexterity already. But you see how he did that little slip back right there? That is based on our dexterity, which is why there's an argument for a dexterity tank in this game, actually. You get the strength you need for the weaponry, and then you just stack dexterity, because the higher your dex, the more chance you have to slip an attack. So the higher our dex goes, the better. While we are here, we gotta swing up here and get the little hidden cache we just got from his last will and testament. And then we should be good to go clear out the wolf pack. There it is, the hidden cache. You rummage around in the rubble and find Rigby's secret cache. Inside is an iron lockbox sealed with wax. Take the lockbox to bring to Jetta. Jetta is his wife. We'll read about that in the Codex in the follow-up episode. I don't want to be pausing in the middle of the Let's Plays to read those, but I just know where that is. Yeah, let's go kill the wolves. This can be a little tough fight, but not because it's actually a tough fight, because the terrain is kind of choppy here. And your party members can and will get stuck on it and just leave you to rot. So, we're going to do the same thing as we did last time with the hold position. We're going to bait the wolves to us instead of going to them. Right. This is the part of the physics that is a problem. Bring our party members up. Hold position. Alistair goes on the front line, of course. And now everybody can do whatever they want.
Don't say I didn't warn you! Here we go!
I think Jory and Davith can handle one wolf. I would hope so, at least. Alpha is still up there. You don't aggro the boss to come down here unless you cross that boundary, so makes this fire a little easier than it would be otherwise. Now we can just go kick his ass.
Stay still. On it.
You see, without a taunt, it's really hard for a rogue to move mechanically the way they are supposed to. Unfortunately, Alistair doesn't come with a taunt. We gotta level him up for that. It's gonna be priority number 1 for him. And that's the Wolfpack fight. Get those furs on the way back. We got a Chasind Flatblade, a letter, and 2 silver. And some cool statues. I believe those are Chasind statues. Maybe Tevinter. They look Chasind. Looks like wilder folk to me. Grab all this loot here.
Right.
Usually get about 10 wolf furs by the time that we're done with this area. Now, if my memory doesn't deceive me, this trail sign and the other one should be up. I'm sure there's a more efficient loop to grab these trail signs. Doesn't help that I forgot the order in which they spawn. Should be one up in that bush, yep. I know where the last one is. The last one is by the hardest fire of the Korcari Wilds. And we are going to have to deal with some RNG, which will be with us or against us. We're going to try and get Davith's pin and shut off. It'll make it much, much easier. If it works. If not, we're going to have to charge into some bullshit. In fact, I'm going to save before this encounter, just to make sure. They really set the scene for this. Go ahead and save up. Davith, you're up.
Right.
The pinning shot worked, which is beautiful. We might not get there in time to do anything about it. We got stuck on the bridge. That's crazy. Immediately stun him. Hit this emissary with everything you have. He needs to die. Luckily we have all the tactics set that we needed. He is an elite, so they're going to use all their abilities on him without us having to micro. We do need Jury to stay alive here. It's the Davith dying. Be very careful with the traps as I walk into one myself. This might actually go very wrong. Let me see. We're gonna drop our big health potions in here just in case. Right. Jory, you are gonna hit him with a pommel strike, and you are gonna hit him with a shield bash.
On your guard.
Try and get some of the heat off us. Alistair is doing really well health-wise. We need to get this Hurlock dead. Take a sip, Jory.
It's either you or me. It's gonna be me.
Okay, now the bulk is dead. Now we're in a generally better position. Stun him and the fight should be over.
This should be easy enough.
You got really lucky with the pin and shot landing there. Very nice. Yeah, this fight can be an asshole. It's a shame that I set some of these off. You get 20 XP a trap, which is very significant at this point in the game. This one doesn't want to play nice. Go get Jory up. Or Davith, rather. Make sure you loot the Emissary. Grab this trail sign, if Alistair will politely move out of my way. There we go. And that was the last one. And the final location for those to get the reward for your hard work is right up here.
On it.
Dead Soldier, Patch of Ashes, an excerpt from local myths and legends. Patch of Ashes is for another little hidden side quest up the hill. We'll do that too. One more ambush.
Right.
I would not recommend worrying about injury kits anymore at this point. We have some scavengers to fight. And one little mini boss, but he should just get smoked if all things go well. And then at Chasind cache we have a Thane helmet, Wild's bow, which is a short bow, unfortunately, so it's kind of ass. But still, the XP is the most important part from all that.
This should be easy enough.
Right, let's see. Get Alistair's helmet on. Doesn't that look cool? What else did we get? We'll just equip the studdeds. They're technically a higher spec, even if it's only the same armor stats. They look cooler, so let's press on. At this point, there's not much left to do in the Korcari Wilds. The hidden mini-boss we just got with the Pouch of Ashes. And some stragglers. You see the Darkspawns kind of worship here. They do things to the statues. Seems like they place the bodies around. You know, the more I'm replaying this, the more I'm drawing connections to Game of Thrones, like, similarity-wise. Maybe some kind of crossover influence, though. Right, definitely save before this fight, just in case. Let's see. You see a pile of stones covered in a fine layer of dust and ash. Sprinkle more ash on the pile of stones. And Gazarath looks like he is upset that we woke him up, so... Hit him with everything you got. I let Davith stand close, which ordinarily I wouldn't do, but since he's already injured, I don't mind using him as a little magnet for DPS. Whatever makes it easier for me to get these backstabs, which I am getting a ton of, so he is fucked. Yeah, Gazarath is having a real bad day. And we got the finishing blow too, so it goes on our character record. Love that for petty reasons. In the loading screens, you'll sometimes get your character specs, and it'll tell you what the toughest enemy you killed was, so... I believe ours up to now should be Gazarath. He should be the highest one we killed. Alright. That's a couple assholes left to kill. Even if you're a warrior, you can still pull out a bow like this and do whatever you gotta do. The only reason I'm doing this is because I don't want the party to rush forward and aggro everything else up the hill. I said I was going to show you guys the easiest way to clear the Korcari Wilds, so here it is, in my opinion. not the most time optimized, but it is the most not dying optimized. We've easily gotten the Darkspawn Blood that we needed. I think we're like a couple vials over. And up here is the treaties we had to recover. Here's the old Warden outpost.
Time for some fun. Here we go.
You would think our dexterity stat would be letting us hit these shots easier. And let them move now. And now with only 3 enemies left, you kind of just let everybody do as they will. Those are the last 2. This guy is the alpha. He's the problem here. I'm just opening the fire on the other one. You see, they're all gonna hit him with all that stuff. That is why I set it up to do that. Get the Hurlock dead and out the way, then we can just focus on bursting the alpha. Nice. And that is the Korcari Wilds. Everything from here is light work. It's all conversations from here. Do one last little loop, make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm loot hungry. It's in the game and I want it because it's mine. Here's the cash.
Well, well. What have we here? Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey? What say you, Scavenger or intruder?
She is clearly a mage. I am neither. The Grey Wardens once owned this tower.
'Tis a tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a
Iconic.
witch of the wild, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the Wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, handsome lad. Tell me your name and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized.
You can see she's already being silver-tongued. Handsome lad. Well, let's hit her with our own silver-tongue. I am Apparition. A pleasure to meet you.
Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent. How does one steal from dead men?
Oh, Alistair.
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
In a battle of wits, Alistair is always outgunned. Then who removed them?
'Twas my mother, in fact.
Can you take us to her?
There is a sensible request. I like you.
I'd be careful. First it's, I like you, but then zap. Frog time.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you. Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dareth. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will.
She has some
And
biting
what of
words.
you? Do you possess a different viewpoint? Or do you believe as the others do?
I'm not sure what to believe.
A statement that possesses more wisdom than it implies. Be always aware. Or is it oblivious? I can never remember. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? Why, it seems I do.
So this is a dreaded Witch of the Wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon.
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them.
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this Blight's threat is greater than they realize.
How do you know all this?
Do I? Perhaps I am simply an old woman with a penchant for moldy parchments.
Something tells me that's not the
Oh, do
case.
not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
And she seems so very thrilled about that. Alright, and that is that for the Korcari Wilds. Now, before we wrap up, we do have a couple quests to turn in, just minor little side quests. We're gonna go give the flower to the Kennel Master. We're gonna see if our tranquil friend went to sleep so we can loot that mage chest.
Greetings. Are you one of the Grey Wardens that went into the wilds? Did you happen to see any white flowers?
I did. Yes, in fact, I have one of them with me.
I don't know for sure that the flower will aid my poor hounds, but it's worth trying. I have, let's see, 20 silver to offer as a reward for it.
A reward's not necessary.
You're very generous. Thank you for your help. Perhaps we won't lose as many hounds today as I'd feared.
Absolutely. Now, if you did not do the money-making guide that I released, then go ahead and take the money from him, but for me, it just seems wrong to take money for helping dogs like that. It's just a flower. You don't need payment. Not bad. Nice little hoard. I'm not sure how the homie in the cage feels like he would have got out of that with the stuff, but
Hello again. Is there something you need?
I do
Some
want to
supplies,
quickly
perhaps?
check. Sometimes the
Let me know.
backpacks restock. You see, some of his inventory restocked since we left and came back, so I do want to check. Indeed, the backpack is there, so now we have 90, which is huge. Health poultice recipe, we're going to need that for one of our companions later. Toxin extract, I would recommend buying 3 of these here, because there's a quest in the next area where you will need 3 toxin extracts, so go ahead and just buy them now. Make sure you go with the 3 flasks too, by the time you go into the next area. This makes it easy to get the XP when you get to where we're going. Go ahead and grab the injury kits. Taking delirium is fine too if you have enough money to do it. We're gonna need it all regardless, so. Okay, we can get rid of some of this stuff for sure. We're not gonna need much of these. Those cowls are good, but Call me shallow, but I have this thing in RPGs where if it doesn't look good, it's not getting used. And I hate the way the cows and stuff look, so we will not be using any of those in this playthrough. They are too hideous. Short bows I really don't like. They don't feel like they do anything compared to the longbows. Longbows have more range, they feel like they do more damage, more accurate. There's no reason to use a short bow, I think. Maybe there is and I just haven't read the specs, but I've gone through all my playthroughs never having used a single short bow. I used it one time, it seemed ass, and I went back to the longbow and never looked back. Check his other goods real fast. Right, so you have 3 health poultices. Grab the injury kits. Also, if you do feel like this is getting a little low, maybe you want more, you can totally do that money making method I showed you guys as much as you want. There's no limit on that. You can do it until you leave Ostagar with 5,000 sovereigns if you have the patience to sit there. There's no cap on that. And I might make a couple more, like 100 in between episodes just to make sure I have enough to get all the things I want when we get to where we're going. But I think that is it. Check the quest log. Ostagar, yep. Korcari Wilds, we got everything there. Yep, that is it. We are ready. Alrighty. We are going to wrap this episode here. In the next episode, we will take those back to Duncan and see what this joining ritual is all about. So, thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, there is a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned, and I'll see you all soon with more Dragon Age Origins. Have a good day, guys.